If we talk about the Nepo babies that failed in the NBA, Bronny comes first, but he isn't alone in this brutal journey. Think of Zire, whose NBA dreams came to a quiet end in the G League, a stark contrast to his father's glittering career. Or Chris Smith, JR's brother, whose brief, bewildering stint with the Knicks reportedly cost the team millions for little on-court return. Shareef O'Neal continues to battle, relentlessly chasing a dream his Hall of Fame dad dominated, grinding in the G League for every single shot. And Bryce Alford, a record setter at UCLA, tragically never heard his name called for the NBA. Then there's the wild card, LiAngelo, who bafflingly missed the NBA entirely, yet somehow snagged a mind-blowing $13 million music deal. These aren't just stories, they're thrilling, sometimes heartbreaking, glimpses into a universal truth. A famous last name might get you past the velvet rope, but it absolutely won't keep you on the court. What you see is just the surface. Hit subscribe and dive deep into the stories fame tried to bury. Bronny James. It's been a nightmare start to Bronny James's NBA journey. Through 3 preseason games, he's struggled in every way you can imagine. He's averaging 0.7 points, 1.0 rebounds, 0.3 assists, and 1.0 blocks, shooting just 1 of 11 from the field. He hasn't hit a single three-pointer, 0 for 4, and he's barely on the floor, playing only 12 minutes per game. But the issues go beyond scoring. Bronny has turned the ball over 5 times and only managed 1 assist. Against Milwaukee, he had 6 minutes of action and didn't register a single stat. Not a rebound, not a steal, just 4 missed shots. On Sunday, he coughed it up 4 more times in just 13 minutes. The Lakers have been getting crushed when he's on the court, outscored by 40 points in just 36 minutes. That's the worst plus-minus of any player in the entire preseason out of 494 guys. At USC, Bronny averaged just 4.8 points on 36.6% shooting. In the Summer League, just 8.8 points on 35%. Still, the Lakers are reportedly planning to play him alongside his dad, possibly on opening night. It's a legacy moment, sure, but is Bronny ready for the league? LiAngelo Ball. LaVar Ball said all 3 of his sons would make it big in the NBA, and he wasn't wrong. Lonzo had a strong start before injuries derailed him. LaMelo's an all-star, and then there's LiAngelo. He never quite stuck in the league. Multiple Summer League stints, a few G League stops, but the NBA just never called him up for real. But instead of disappearing, LiAngelo made a pivot most didn't see coming, and it paid big. According to ESPN's Shams Charania, LiAngelo signed a massive music deal with Def Jam and Universal Music Group. The deal's reportedly worth up to $13 million, with $8 million guaranteed. That's serious cash for someone who couldn't crack an NBA roster. Now he goes by his rap name G3Gello, and his debut track Tweaker is already catching heat across the country. It's not the career path LaVar hyped up on ESPN back in the day, but hey, he still made it. LiAngelo may not be dropping buckets, but he's dropping bars and stacking millions while doing it. That's not a failed Nepo baby, that's a pivot play. Shaq's tough love for Shareef. Shaquille O'Neal has never been one to hand out free passes, not even to his kids. Back in 2017, Shareef O'Neal recounted a crisp reality check during a workout. Just because I'm your dad, just because you're Shaq's son, doesn't mean they're going to give you a spot in the league. As a teenager, Shareef assumed his father's legacy would open doors, but college basketball wasn't kind. His freshman year at UCLA, 2019-20, saw him average just 10.2 minutes, putting up 2.2 points and 2.9 rebounds per game. Transferring to LSU didn't guarantee more opportunities. In 2020-21, his sophomore season, Shareef averaged 14.5 minutes, 2.8 points, and 4.4 rebounds over 10 games. Then, during his junior season, 2021-2022, he saw 9.4 minutes, contributing 2.9 points and 2.1 rebounds across 14 games. Injuries, including heart surgery and foot issues, limited his impact. Yet Shareef kept grinding. He went undrafted in 2022, bounced through Summer League with the Lakers, averaging 4.7 points, 3.7 rebounds in 6 games, and ultimately signed a 6-figure deal with G League Ignite for the 2022-2023 season. In his first G League season, he logged 13.7 minutes per game, averaging 5.2 points, 2.6 rebounds, hitting 52.9% field goal, 25% three-point, and 64.7% FT across 31 games. His performance even earned him a spot in the G League's inaugural Next Up game, a testament to his progress. Zire. Zire Wade, son of NBA legend Dwyane Wade, made headlines when he signed with the Salt Lake City Stars, Utah Jazz's G League team, right after high school. The Athletic confirmed it. Zire Wade, the son of longtime NBA star Dwyane Wade, is signing a contract with the G League, expected to join the Utah Jazz's G League affiliate, the Salt Lake City Stars. That timing wasn't lost on anyone, especially since D-Wade had just become part owner of the Jazz a few months earlier. Cue the nepotism chatter. He debuted with the Stars in November 2021, but the production was limited. In 12 games, 1 start, Zire averaged just 1.8 points, 2.5 rebounds, and 1.3 assists in 18.6 minutes per game, shooting a meager 26.7% overall and 18.8% from 3. Zire did have talent. There were flashes, clips of him hitting shots against NBA players in pickup runs. The G League season kicked off on November 5th, but Zire never really caught fire. No call-up, no breakout moment. Despite the name, the legacy, and the opportunity handed to him, the results just didn't come. Zire Wade may have landed in the spotlight, but it faded just as quickly. In the end, the name opened the door, but it couldn't keep him on the court. Chris Smith. Chris Smith's NBA story is the kind that keeps general managers up at night, not because of talent, but because of what it cost. Adrian Wojnarowski's report on the Knicks included a brutal quote calling Smith maybe the worst player in the history of the NBA Summer League. Ouch. According to Woj, Smith wasn't even D-League caliber. Harsh? Maybe. But also, not completely baseless. Smith had opportunities in the Summer League and didn't deliver. At age 25 in the 2012 Summer League, Chris Smith averaged 5.2 points, 2.0 rebounds, and 1.4 assists per game in about 19.3 minutes, shooting a rough 29% from the floor and 37.5% from 3 over 5 games. At 26, undersized and lacking standout skills, the only NBA-level thing he brought was a decent jump shot, but even that wasn't enough. So why was he on the roster? Simple. J.R. Smith was already on the team, and Chris was his little brother. Chris Smith didn't just benefit from nepotism, he defined it, and the Knicks paid the bill. Bryce Alford. Bryce Alford had the numbers, the shot, and the name. Son of former NBA player and UCLA coach Steve Alford, Bryce lit up the court early. In high school, he broke New Mexico's single-season scoring record and was named the top player in the state. At UCLA, coached by his dad, he quickly made noise, becoming one of the top freshmen in the Pac-12. By his sophomore year, he was UCLA's starting point guard, setting the school record for most threes in a season. He later moved to shooting guard and broke that same record again. By the time he graduated, he was the school's all-time leader in three-pointers. Sounds like an NBA career, right? But despite all the stats and legacy, Bryce went undrafted in 2017. He played in the G League with the Oklahoma City Blue and bounced around Europe, Germany, Portugal, Poland, and the Czech Republic. His best shot came and went, and while he had the name and the game, he just couldn't stick in the NBA. By 2024, Bryce was back in OKC, this time as an assistant coach. It's a story of a legacy kid who had every advantage, but still couldn't break through where it mattered most. Being an NBA Nepo baby might open doors, but it won't keep them open. Bronny James is already feeling the weight of expectations, and he's not alone. Zire Wade struggled in the G League. Chris Smith got a pricey favor that went nowhere. Bryce Alford lit it up in college, then vanished. The pattern's clear. Big names don't guarantee big careers. Some, like LiAngelo Ball, pivot and find wins outside the league. Others, like Sheree O'Neal, grind in the shadows, hoping their work speaks louder than their last name. In the NBA, talent and results rule. Legacy might get you in the room, but it won't get you minutes. What do you think? Can Bronny break through? Is Sheree still chasing a lost cause? Let us know in the comments. And if you're into raw, real NBA stories, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. We've got more coming your way. No fluff, just facts. Thanks for watching. See you next time.